So, Trixie hat angebissen. Archie hat sie gefeuert unter dem Vorwand, dass sie Kanadierin ist. Gut, entweder stimmt das wirklich, aber ich glaube eher, dass die im Jahr 1931 niemanden als Gastgeberin oder als Moderatorin einer Veranstaltung haben wollten, die früher für erotische Postkarten posiert hat. Das wird wohl der Hauptgrund gewesen sein. So, nun ist Trixie allerdings sauer und sagte zu mir, let's talk. Es geht sicherlich um Edna und den Streich oder das Schauspiel, was wir ihr gerade vorgespielt haben. Wir sprechen sie mal an.
Trixie?
I'll do it. I'll make that blue-nosed bitty eat her heart out.
That's great. I got it all planned out. When Emmett shows
But
up...
we gotta do it my way.
Huh?
I'm no good with improvising, and I ain't gonna memorize no lines. But I was in this play once. The Parlourmaid's Predicament. I figure I could lift a scene from that.
Okay.
Only, I need a few props.
Why am I not surprised?
Some furs, a big diamond. It doesn't have to be real, understand?
That makes it easier.
And something from this friend of yours, Emmett. Has he got a photo album?
I don't know. Probably.
Better bring it to me.
Furs, a diamond, and Emmett's photo album. And then?
Sit back and watch the fur fly.
Hi,
Yeah.
Trix.
Oh,
Oh.
hiya, kiddo. Say, wouldn't it be easiest if I just march up to that Strickland dame and give her a smack in the puss?
Well, it would be fun to watch, but it wouldn't get her to break up with my friend Emmett.
Oh, right. You got all the props I asked for? The furs and the diamond? And your friend's photo album?
Not all of them yet, but I'm working on it.
Good. I'm itching to give Miss High and Mighty an eyeful.
Okay, wir müssen hier jetzt aufpassen, dass wir nicht zu nah an Trixie rangehen, weil dann sprechen wir automatisch miteinander, ohne dass ich das anklicken muss. Ja, Trixie ist mit an Bord. Sie hat Lust drauf, sie will sich an Edna rächen, zu Recht. Edna hat für ihre Entlassung gesorgt. Okay, und sie hat uns jetzt 3 Dinge genannt, die sie braucht. Pelze, einen Diamanten, muss nicht echt sein, und ein Bild, entweder ein Bild, das weiß ich jetzt gar nicht mehr, ein Bild aus dem Fotoalbum oder das Fotoalbum an sich. Ich glaube, das Fotoalbum an sich meint er. Er meint sie. Wir quatschen jetzt nochmal kurz mit... Oh, gucken wir uns mal das Zelt an.
Come see the cars of the future. Brought to you by Statler DeSoto.
Und quatschen nochmal mit Doc.
Ah, good. You're back. Give me the full report.
She says she likes you because you've got a virtuous mind, you look good in a suit, and you're completely faithful to her.
Damn, she's got me dead to rights. Well, you just have to find a way to change her mind. I'll be here if you need any help. Do you need any help?
Have you figured out what's wrong with the time circuits?
Not sure. Possibly. It seems to me to be a simple wiring issue, but I'm double-checking to make sure. All the basic equipment appears to be functional.
Any chance I could borrow the DeLorean? I want to drop in on young you at the lab.
Well, I don't know. The time circuits...
Listen, I promise I won't take it to 88.
Even so, I'm worried about letting it out of my sight while it's still behaving unpredictably. Tell you what, I'll take it on a test drive 1 minute into the past. If it passes the test, I'll let you borrow it.
Okay, dann lassen wir Doc den DeLorean testen.
It worked! Didn't it?
I'm afraid not. In fact, the discrepancy appears to be getting worse. I arrived 6 hours ago.
Oh, too bad.
I didn't want to risk undoing any of the work you've done thus far, so I kept out of sight. But the time lag wasn't entirely a waste. I stopped by the hardware store and bought the parts for a chronometric analyzer.
A what?
A diagnostic device. See, I plug it into the time circuits and set them to cycle. When the green light goes off, I should have the data I'll need to understand the scope of the problem.
Hey, no driving the exhibits off the lot!
Looks like you'll have to find another set of wheels if you want to get to the lab.
Okay, die Zeiterweichung war groß. Doc ist losgefahren und kam dann gerade wieder. Allerdings war er schon vor 6 Stunden wieder da. Er fuhr dann nur in dem Moment vor. Und ich finde ganz cool an dem Spiel, dass die, ähnlich wie in den Filmen, diese ganzen Paradoxa mit einbinden. Also, dass er zum Beispiel sagt, er wollte die Arbeit, die Marty, also ich, bisher gemacht hat, nicht zunichte machen und sich deshalb versteckt hat. Weil, ja klar, wäre er schon vorher dazugekommen, hätte es eventuell wieder Komplikationen gegeben, während ich hier über den Campus laufe. Und das ist alles total cool, verwirrend, aber cool. Und es regt immer noch so ein bisschen zum Nachdenken an. Wir quatschen aber noch mal mit Doc weiter, da gab es ja noch einige andere Dinge.
So, what do we do about Edna?
Only one thing we can do. Lie. Make me out to be a less desirable catch than I really am.
Why would she believe me? She said she knows you inside and out.
Then you'll have to resort to skullduggery. You've done it before. You ought to be getting good at it by now.
Yeah, I guess I am. Any idea what your teenage self is doing right now?
Unless I miss my guess, he's in the garage frantically working on his latest invention and cursing because he can't quite get it to work. Damn!
I think I'm starting to get a plan.
Good. Tell me. No, don't! After all, it's my history we're talking about. If I learn how you're planning on altering it, my resolve may weaken.
Good news. I think Trixie's gonna go along with my scheme.
Pursue whatever strategies you like, but please don't tell me the details.
Dad never told me about a Hill Valley Expo.
It was Mayor Thomas's idea. He had visions of Hill Valley becoming a magnet for big investors in the technology sector. But the venture folded after the third year when the influenza exhibit leaked into the concession stand.
Oh.
Okay, das war's. Also, wir können den DeLorean nicht nehmen, da ist noch einiges im Argen. Wir wollen ja jetzt den jungen Doc in seiner Werkstatt besuchen. Da müssen wir überlegen, wie wir da hinkommen. Doc lässt uns nicht mit dem DeLorean fahren. Ist vielleicht auch besser so mit der kaputten Zeitleitung. Jetzt will ich nicht... Ich rede immer gerne mit Trixie, aber dann startet ja automatisch die Unterhaltung und das wollen wir jetzt nicht. Wir gucken uns mal die einzelnen Exponate an hier. Da zum Beispiel. Was haben wir denn hier Schönes?
The century looks bright for our fair metropolis. Jump with us 50 years into the future for a peek at Hill Valley circa 1981. Courtesy of Hal's Hardware and the collective imagination of mankind. Could this be our venerable town square? Yes, indeed. Though the form looks strange and new, the function remains the same as ever. But where are all the people? Why, they're underground. A network of burrows extends a mile into the earth, giving future Hill Valley's 10 million citizens plenty of space to work, play, and raise their families.
Interessante Visionen sind das, ja?
Of course, our residents will want to venture forth into the fresh air occasionally. And what better excursion than a pleasure ride in this elevated super train of tomorrow?
Zug der Zukunft, damit interagieren wir mal.
My future wouldn't be built so shoddily.
Hi, Miss Strickland. I was just...
Break what you like, Mr. Callahan. It's no skin off my nose. Just keep away from Emmett's booth. Speaking of whom, I'd better go see what's keeping him.
Nee, sie will jetzt nach Emmett schauen, das wollen wir natürlich nicht.
I'll go check on him for you. I was just heading there anyway.
No, you weren't. The last thing he needs is another distraction at the 11th hour.
But...
Tut, tut. Not another word. I've got the rest of the day all mapped out.
Miss Strickland!
I'm sorry, I don't recognize you. Heavens, you shaved off your hair, but... Carl Sagan?
I'd like a word with you, if I may.
I'm not sure it would be seemly for me to be seen in the company of an alleged arsonist.
I think it may be in your best interest. You see, I know what you're up to.
Let's go somewhere where we can talk privately.
Go. I'll keep her occupied till you get back.
Sehr gut. Doc kommt uns zur Hilfe. Wir wollten ja zu Emmett, weil sie ja zu Emmett wollte. Das wollten wir verhindern, indem wir dahin fahren und für sie nachschauen. Sie wollte uns nicht lassen. Jetzt kümmert sich Doc darum. Und, was natürlich noch am wichtigsten ist, wir haben ein Zug-Skateboard. Also ist wahrscheinlich nicht als Skateboard konzipiert, sondern es war einfach nur das Gestell für den Zug aus diesem Exponat. Aber das können wir gleich nochmal benutzen. Wir gucken uns hier noch ein bisschen an. Um.
Nice rock. But I can't reach it.
Okay, er kommt nicht ran. Wir hatten die ersten beiden, also das ist ein diamantenförmiges Prisma. Trixie sagte, sie braucht einen Diamanten, der muss nicht echt sein. Rathaus der Zukunft. Duschkopf haben wir auch noch. Okay, dann gucken wir uns erstmal weiter. Und wir müssen auf jeden Fall irgendwie an dieses diamantenförmige Prisma. Allein so kommt er nicht ran.
I wish the courthouse did look like that in 1981. I wonder if that has a massage setting. Press button to experience future Hill Valley, circa 1981. I don't think I've visited that timeline yet.
Okay, die ersten beiden Knöpfe haben wir benutzt.
Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Okay.
And after the rain, what else? An artificial rainbow, reassuring all the good people of Hill Valley that their needs are taken care of, and life is sweet. Pleasant dreams, Hill Valley. And the Expo would like to remind you that you can find everything you need to transform your dreams into reality at Hal's Hardware. Hal's Hardware, serving our fair city since 1895.
Tja, so, das ist also das Exponat, ein Ausstellungsstück. Interessante Vision, wie das Jahr 1981 aussehen könnte. Nun ist aber Folgendes passiert. Ich zeige euch das nochmal ganz kurz. Knopf 3 bewirkt dies.
Agricultural advances will make it a breeze to feed our burgeoning population. Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto! An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Und Knopf 4 bewirkt dies.
And after the rain, what else? An artificial rainbow, reassuring all the good people of Hill Valley that their needs are taken care of, and life is sweet.
So, diese beiden Arme bewegen sich also. Wenn wir jetzt beide Knöpfe direkt hintereinander betätigen, passiert Folgendes.
Tired of waiting for Mother Nature to do her job? Just press a button. Presto!
Borrowing it.
An artificial rainstorm drenches the valley's thirsty crops.
Ja. Hör auf zu sabbeln da. So, das diamantenförmige Prisma ist runtergefallen. Wir konnten es nehmen. Wunderbar. Wir gucken uns mal um. Wir müssen nämlich an das zweite Zelt, Hill Valley of the Past. Das andere Zelt hieß, glaube ich, Hill Valley of the Future. Logischerweise wahrscheinlich. Gucken nochmal nach. Of the Future, ja. Of the Past ist leider noch geschlossen. Gut, können wir jetzt also noch nicht mit interagieren. Dann machen wir Folgendes. Also wir müssen an dieses Zelt ran. Da finden wir... Ich verrate... Ne, verrate ich noch nicht. Da finden wir auf jeden Fall was wir brauchen. So, wir nehmen das Skateboard und interagieren mit der Straße.
Hope you're ready for a big breakup. Emmett?
Thanks again for your assistance, Detective Parker.
Detective? What the hell is Kid doing here?
Nothing criminal, I assure you. I was just getting a mind map of Mr. Tannen for our exhibition at the Expo. The authorities wouldn't allow Edna and I to stage a demonstration of the mental alignment meter with a violent felon, but this little baby is just as good. Okay, let's see now what's next. Check the stew, sort the maps. Ooh, I almost forgot that.
Edna really is cracking the whip, isn't she?
Well, yes, but she's got my best interests at heart. Without her, I can get so distracted. Did she send you down here to check up on me?
Yeah, she wanted to come herself, but...
She's busy too, I know. Well, you're a poor substitute for Edna's lovely features, but make yourself at home.
Thanks.
No thanks are necessary. Without you, I'd never be where I am now. In love with the woman of my dreams. And a mere 6 hours from my first public triumph as a scientist. Wait a minute. 6 hours? Jumping Jehoshaphat, I'm running out of time!
Okay, Emmett ist eifrig, er tüftelt an seiner Maschine rum. Wir schauen uns hier um. So, fangen wir mit dem Plattenspieler an.
I don't care about Trixie Trotter.
Edna doesn't approve of that sort of music, but I find it very soothing. Oh.
So, an seinem Kopf haben wir jetzt was blinken sehen. Wir lassen uns gleich mal erklären, was das genau ist.
Hey, Emmett, got a sec?
Why, yes. In fact, I've got several.
So, you and Edna, how serious are you guys?
Well, we both enjoy a good joke every now and then, but I'd say on the whole we're fairly serious people. Why do you ask?
No. What I mean is, how serious is your relationship?
Oh, well, as a scientist, I can't state this with 100% confidence, but I'm provisionally certain that I'm head over heels in love.
Really? With Edna?
What can I say? She's my muse. In the weeks since we've been courting, she's given me so many wonderful ideas.
Are you sure Edna's the right woman for you?
What do you mean?
Don't you think she's a little controlling?
Controlling? Edna? No. She's just giving me a little much-needed guidance. Before I met her, I was such a flibberty-gibbet, always getting distracted by the slightest stray idea. But now, thanks to Edna, I stay focused on the task in front of me, like a narrow-band stream of stimulated photon emissions. Focused!
Isn't she a little cold?
Don't let the schoolmarm exterior fool you, buddy. Edna's got enough warmth to raise a liter of water from 0 to 100 degrees centigrade. Know what I mean?
I kinda wish I didn't. I don't know. I just think Edna might be a little dangerous.
Oh, I agree.
You do?
Like all independent women, she's a danger to the patriarchal status quo. That's one of the things I love about her. She shakes things up.
You have no idea. I just think you should be careful, that's all.
Thanks for the concern, but I'll be fine.
I still don't think Edna's right for you.
Oh? And who is she right for? You?
Me? No way.
Relax. I'm just yanking your tibia.
Ja, auch hier ist es jetzt so. Also gerade war es so, wir konnten mit Edna reden und ihr Dinge über Doc erzählen, die wir uns ausgedacht haben. Und das hat nicht geklappt. Das hat Ednas Meinung über Doc, über Emmett nicht geändert. Jetzt bei ihm ist es ebenfalls so, wenn wir eben versuchen, die Augen zu öffnen, was Edna anbelangt, hört er nicht drauf. Also müssen wir gleich einfach zu anderen Mitteln greifen. Die geht dann halt nicht anders. Und die beiden haben es dann nicht anders gewollt. So, und jetzt quatschen wir mit ihm nochmal über die anderen Dinge.
Is all this new stuff what you're showing off at the expo?
Yes, it's our mental alignment meter.
Mental alignment meter? I thought you were working on some sort of rocket car.
The rocket propulsion system was far too unreliable, as that incident with Einstein proved. By the way, whatever happened to Einstein?
I wish I knew.
Anyway, I started tinkering with an alternate method of propulsion, but that was before things started heating up with Edna. Our conversations about the possibilities of applying technology to social ills pushed my research in a whole new direction.
What's a mental alignment meter?
It's the most revolutionary piece of technology since the cotton gin.
What does it do?
It reads and interprets the subconscious desires of the human mind.
Why would you want to probe people's minds?
Why wouldn't you? Imagine being able to diagnose mental disorders with a flick of a switch, or detect the truthfulness of courtroom testimony merely by connecting a witness to a small portable device.
Your machine does all that?
Not yet. Frankly, right now the whole thing's just a gussied-up potentiometer. But with years of refinements and a whole lot of investors, the MAM will be able to identify countless psychosis and neurosis, alcoholism, acrophobia, Oedipal complexes.
And?
And then we can set about curing them, of course.
Of course. How does the mental alignment thing work?
Here, I'll show you.
Hey,
The test subject wears this mind-mapping helmet, which probes the brain by measuring fluctuations in skin conductance and electrical resistance on the surface of the parietal lobe.
uh-huh.
When I turn on the mind-mapping helmet with this radio switch, the subject is exposed to a series of visual stimuli, intended to provoke a series of positive or negative responses, as indicated by these lights on the helmet.
Hey, is that?
As the responses are recorded, they're relayed to this special typewriter, which prints out a punch card that represents the subject's mind map.
All I see is a bunch of holes.
Well, to you, maybe. But to our mental alignment meter, this mind map is nothing less than a peek into your subconscious. Observe as I place your mind map into the MAM.
Layabout. Is that machine calling me a slacker?
No, your own physiological responses did.
Anyway.
So, jetzt hat Doc uns quasi gerade erzählt, wie seine Erfindung funktioniert. Ja, und das Teil scheint ja nun auch auf Druck von Edna zustande gekommen zu sein. Und es ist quasi das Teil, was die Voraussetzungen schafft für diese Dystopie, die wir in dem veränderten 1986 festgestellt haben, mit diesem Polizeistaat. Also das ist quasi das Teil, was dafür sorgt, dass es später einmal so wird, wie in dieser 1984, damit meine ich jetzt das Buch von George Orwell, diese 1984er Welt damals. Damals, also gerade eben. Es wird verwirrend, die richtigen Zeitformen zu finden und zu benutzen, aber ich denke, ihr wisst, was ich meine. Ja, also müssen wir das Ding irgendwie verhindern, dass das Ding ein Erfolg wird. Ja, und wir sind auf dem Weg dahin. So.
Did you make a mind map of yourself?
Of course. Take a look.
Edna's right. You are a model citizen.
At least as far as my invention's concerned. Confidentially, this whole enterprise is a little light on the hard science and a little heavy on the smoke and mirrors.
Could you tell me how this mental alignment meter works again?
Of course. Now, pay attention. Subjects put on the mind-mapping helmet, which I activate with this radio switch.
Check.
The subject is then exposed to a series of visual stimuli provoking positive, negative, or indifferent reactions that are recorded by the mind map printer.
Right.
Once a mind map is completed, it can be inserted into the mental alignment meter to pronounce judgment on the subject's mental state.
Okay, I think I got it.
Okay, nochmal ein Crashkurs, wie das Ding funktioniert. Wir müssen das Ding nämlich gleich benutzen.
I can't believe you invented all this in 2 months.
Well, like I said, there's not really a whole lot of inventing going on here. I just dressed up a $5 potentiometer with a lot of bells and whistles.
But
don't get me wrong, it does a remarkable job of telling whether a subject is currently liking or disliking what they're experiencing. But all the extra stuff about sorting out criminals from model citizens is mostly a bunch of hooey at this point.
Interessant zu erfahren.
hey, what's with the new threads?
You like them?
You look like Colonel Sanders.
Who?
Never mind.
Edna gave them to me. She says my usual clothes don't have enough zing for a public exhibition.
Ja, Edna hatte uns ja schon erzählt, dass sie Emmett den weißen Anzug von ihrem Großvater gegeben hat und dass sie findet, dass er unglaublich schick da drin aussieht. Das ist eines der Dinge, die Edna ja an ihm sehr schätzt, dass er gut in Anzügen aussieht oder überhaupt gepflegt ist.
What do you say we take a break for a couple of hours and go see a movie?
A couple of hours?
Actually, it may be more like 70 minutes.
I haven't got a couple of hours. I still got all these mind maps to sort, and the MAM's wiring is still giving me fits, and...
I get it, you're busy.
Okay, auf meine Einladung, Frankenstein zu gucken, hat er leider nicht reagiert.
How are things between you and your father? I'm kind of surprised he hasn't torn down your lab yet.
Well, he's still angry with me and threatening to cut me out of his will, but I'm hoping that the civic potential of my mental alignment meter will win him over.
Okay.
We're busy. Why don't we talk later?
Sure thing.
Jetzt wissen wir auf jeden Fall Bescheid, wie alles funktioniert. Also die Navigation ist manchmal ein bisschen schwierig hier. So, beim Plattenspieler waren wir.
I'm gonna take Emmett's mind map, I better replace it with another one.
Mhm. Okay, gut zu wissen. Dann gehen wir gleich hin. Bildwand.
Hey, could we watch Frankenstein on this?
Sorry, Harry, but I need this projector to trigger positive and negative visual stimuli for my mental alignment tests. Besides, a movie like Frankenstein should really be watched on a big screen, don't you think?
Ja, hat er recht. Generator.
I'd be careful of that if I were you.
Why?
The rocket fuel experiment must have stripped one of the teeth in the hand crank. As a consequence, if you turn it for more than 10 seconds, it... Ow! Turns out an electric shock.
Okay, jetzt haben wir einen zweiten Hinweis. Der Plattenspieler startet ein Lied von Trixie Trotter, was Emmett mag, und da erscheint ein grünes Licht auf seinem Kopf. Der Generator erzeugt einen Stromschlag, der Emmett trifft, und das mag er natürlich nicht, und seine Reaktion ist negativ, also erscheint ein rotes Bild. So, Staffelei.
What's this?
It's the placard we'll be putting in front of our booth at the expo.
The scientist that caught Kid Tannen?
A small exaggeration, but Edna says it'll attract investors. What do you think of the picture?
Ja, ist nicht so toll, das sagen wir ihm auch.
You look a little... constipated.
What? Edna said I looked intense.
Yeah, intensely focused on taking it.
I get the picture. I'll have to find a better one. Unfortunately, there's a lot to choose from.
Heavy.
Extremely. Mother has been rather obsessive about photographically cataloging my life.
Super. Er hat uns jetzt quasi das Familienfotoalbum gegeben. Das brauchen wir ja für Trixie.
Hey, Emmett, I've got an idea.
What?
Why don't I take your photo album over to Edna so she can pick out your new picture?
That's a great idea. She's got a better eye for these things than I do anyway. Thanks, pal.
Don't mention it.
Super, also haben wir jetzt schon das zweite Ding. Also erstmal das diamantenförmige Prisma, also diesen Diamantendings da. Und das Album. Sehr, sehr gut. Staffelei. Nein. Oh, Mensch. Ein Topf.
Damn it. What's cooking?
That's an old Brown family recipe for Hassenpfeffer.
Hassenpfeffer.
Rabbit stew. The trick is to add the cumin an hour after the carrots. Take a whiff. Isn't that just about the best thing you've ever smelled in your life?
It's, powerful, yeah.
I've got it on a slow boil for later.
Er mag den Geruch, er reagiert positiv, das zeigt uns auch das Licht. Ölkanne.
What's this?
That's a can of used motor oil, rocket fuel waste, and assorted chemical sludge left over from my abandoned rocket car.
Gross.
Accounting doesn't enter into it, but it is disgusting. Would you mind disposing of it on your way out?
Sure.
Aber eingesteckt brauchen wir später noch. Dazu aber dann später mehr. Wenn...
How
Aquarium?
goes the bacteria farm?
Not so hot. The bacteria have kind of gotten out of control. I had to put a clamp on the nitrogen tube to keep the stench from flooding the lab.
Okay, das Ding kennen wir ja noch aus Episode 1, wo wir Emmett geholfen haben, den Raketentreibstoff herzustellen.
Phew.
Ugh. Did the clamp fall off again?
Yeah.
Put it back on. Oh, I don't even know why I keep that bacteria tank around. Every time the clamp falls off the nitrogen tube, it takes a couple of minutes before I can get the stench out of the air. Whew.
So, jetzt wissen wir Bescheid. Negativer, also schlechter Geruch, negative Reaktion, rotes Licht. Wir haben jetzt nochmal zusammengefasst zwei Dinge, und zwar den Plattenspieler und den Eintopf, der bei Emmett positive Reaktionen auslösen und zwei, die gegenteilige Reaktionen auslösen, nämlich negative, und zwar sind das die stinkenden Bakterien und der Elektroschlag vom Generator. So, wir gucken uns mal die Karten an.
What's this?
The mind map cards from the dozens of subjects I've tested during the last few weeks. I've got to get them sorted before the expo begins.
Why?
Edna's got this grand scheme to catalog all of Hill Valley citizens by their mental alignment. Isn't that cute?
Not really. So this machine takes those little cards and tells you whether or not someone's a good guy or bad guy?
Kind of. Actually, the helmet does all the work. The mental alignment meter is just a glorified arcade machine.
So why not just go with the cards?
Edna says that people respond well to flashing lights and snap judgments. I can't argue with that. Every time I kiss her, I see flashing lights and lose all sense of judgment.
No kidding.